Welcome back to the Third Pedal Theory podcast. This is episode 13. I want to say thank you for 100 subscribers. We're really kind of excited for that. 100 of you guys watching us. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I see Enzo grew up a little bit.
Yeah, real.
Lost some hair and likes Trans Ams with mooses on it.
And trains. Mooses?
That's a moose.
Meese, you mean?
What?
It's meese. It's not mooses. It's meese.
What are you talking
It's
about?
meese.
No,
First off, it's not mooses, it's just moose.
Yeah, I know I said it wrong.
Meese is a mice. What the hell? What is already? Here we
All
are.
right, here we go. Already stepping into
Let the
it.
party start.
This is my father, Ray Sarah.
I am his father.
Not you. Not you. This is the man who got me into cars and everything I liked it today.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I don't know about that.
Today we're going to talk about stuff he did growing up car-wise and like stupid BS he did with his friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then this past weekend was Meekum Auctions in Kissimmee, right? Yeah, Kissimmee. And that was a like pretty crazy auction, I think.
Dumb,
kind of dumb, but kind of crazy at the
it's
same
just
time.
average boomer with money.
Yeah.
Being stupid.
And the car that I thought was going to sell the most was the cheapest.
The GTO.
Yeah, I thought it was going to sell for more, but we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, like I said again, thank you for 100 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big milestone for us for being only like 13 episodes in, and
We're almost at 100 million. Thank you.
That'd be funny. Imagine that. Nothing like that. That was a good snap. Anyways,
Right. Next question.
Next question. So, next question is on my father. What do you do?
What don't I do?
Exactly. That's his motto. What doesn't he do? So what do you do for a job?
I work at Metro North.
Doing what?
I'm a machinist / mechanic in Grand Central Terminal.
Yes. So when you guys go into Grand Central, you pass his room. You can't go to it, but you pass it.
You could.
You could.
There's ways.
You'll get arrested, but you can't.
Nope.
But yeah,
I didn't.
You can't. You mean you didn't?
I did.
You didn't go.
Yes.
No.
No. You went
Yes.
to the escalator to the door.
No.
Anyways.
The escalator didn't work, actually. I used the stairs.
Yeah, they're closed on Saturdays. Let's see. Trying to think of stuff to say. What was that?
Head empty, no thoughts.
Yeah,
as
because
per
I asked you to
usual.
do something.
A lot
you
of
didn't
prep
want to.
work in this episode.
Yeah, I asked him to do
yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah, because editing isn't enough.
No.
I have to interview
Why
your
does he
dad.
need to prep when you are the son of...
Yeah, you should know what to ask him.
what was your first car?
There you go.
First car that was on the road or first car ever purchased?
Purchase.
Bruh, of
There's-
course.
There's a lot to that.
Average Sarah.
So we're gonna go from first car to like
Holy
almost every car.
That's
till now.
not going to happen. That's like a 3-hour episode.
Yeah, but like his favorite cars he's owned since his first one to his favorites. How about that?
No.
What was your first car? How about that? Let's just start off simple. What was your first car? Your first ever car, like my Volvo.
70 Challenger.
No.
My first ever car was actually a 78 Chrysler LeBaron.
My mom had one of those.
That
convertible.
station wagon that I actually got from my father because it was falling apart. So we proceeded to pull the doors off of it and cut the exhaust off of it and make it into a dune buggy.
What?
Yes.
That's funny.
Didn't it have like a 318 in it.
It had
or
a 318 in it. It was my father thought it was going to be my first car, and we were going to paint it black and call it Sarah's hearse.
something? Oh,
Yes.
that would have probably ended as a hearse.
So when we realized it was too far gone, and mind you, I was probably about 14 was this is going on.
Yeah.
We decided to take all the glass out by using a hammer,
Okay, that's not.
It's not
taking all the
crazy, but
glass
as a
out.
14-year-old.
we put some snow tires in the back, and we took it down to the pond behind my parents' house where we used to ride dirt bikes and quads, and we went off-roading. And the best part about it was my father came from work, and it was me, my brother, and a few of my other friends were in the car, and we were stuck on a tree stump, ripping the gas fueler neck off. So it was just gas there. Mind you, it was open exhaust, shooting flames. And my father came down, and he's like, "What are you?" Figure out the words. Idiots doing.
You
And
say that.
we were stuck. We had to jack the car up, pull it over, and then pulled it up into the yard. And then,
Average
like
Sarah
4 days later,
experience.
it was gone. My father brought it to the junkyard.
I wonder why. I don't think you wanted you making that mistake again, even though you did plenty of other times.
No, really?
Yeah.
At least that car ran,
Yeah, it ran.
unlike every other car you've owned.
No, they all run.
No.
At least I bought my own cars.
True. Yeah. They're not Jackleton, though, literally.
What was the first driving car when you had your license?
First driving car that I bought, still never met me at the road because I was going to fix it all up, was my
wasn't the LeBaron
72
driving?
Le Mans.
Ooh.
I bought a 1972 Le Mans when I was pushing carts at Stop and Shop
Yeah,
where
I
I
don't know
grew
what
up
that
for $200. Basically, Le Mans is
It's like a
the
GT.
cheap version of a GTO.
Was it a 2-door or 4-door?
2-door.
Ah, it's even cooler.
Coupe, space coupe.
$200.
That's like
And it ran and drove.
it's like $2,000 today,
No.
give or take. Yeah,
No.
a $200 car back in when 1980.
1990?
I was 90.
90?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe then.
So yeah, it's probably like maybe like $5,000 today.
Maybe.
But it was running and driving, which
It
is
was
like
running
fun.
and driving, and then I bought a second one for parts that was also running and driving for $100 from a dealership. And unfortunately, neither one of those cars ever met the road because my father decided to junk them on me.
He was not a fan of your
No,
cars.
my father was not a gearhead. Could drive, but was not a gearhead.
Yeah.
So the actual first car I ever bought that was on the road was my 1970 Dodge Coronet 440 with the 318 in it.
That's a sick car.
Yeah.
That was a 4-door?
Two-door.
4-door? Yeah.
Two-door.
It's like the one that passed us on the highway the other day.
True.
So, what was the story about rear-ending a Volvo in that?
No, that was all. That was my 70 Satellite. I had.
Oh, I keep getting those two
And I didn't rent the
confused.
Volvo. I lost the brakes and T-boned a Volvo.
And the Volvo
And
lost.
the Volvo was totaled and knocked the bicycles off the roof with two guys that were going to go bike racing up in Hartford.
Oh, good.
And
and they took him
I
Get
was-
him out.
I was listening to Aerosmith Train Kept a Rolling,
Love you.
which was the crazy part about it. And it kept rolling all right. When it hit the brakes, I went right through the intersection, saw the Volvo coming down the hill, and boom. The Volvo went home on a flatbed. The throttle got jammed in my car after hitting the car, so I was able to release the throttle cable and drove it home.
with no brakes.
No, I think I was just going too fast. I think it still had brakes. I just was going too fast and they locked up.
That's crazy. That's like unheard of seeing today of like a car. Like
Well,
just barely drive home
Four-wheel
afterward.
drum brakes.
Yeah. Well, I meant driving home after hitting a car that,
Oh, yeah, I
that
twisted
you totaled.
I twisted up the front bumper and smashed the fender and part of the grill, but I bought all the parts and fixed it, and then I ended up selling it.
And back in the day, those parts are dime a dozen and
Oh, yeah.
so cheap.
Yeah.
I paid $800 for that car,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was a complete
Imagine that today.
car.
Imagine that paint.
That
like,
same
you know,
car.
God.
That same car today, if you tried to buy it, would probably be around $12,000
Isn't that
with a
insane?
318. Not even wasn't a big block.
Yeah,
It was
because
just a
Mopars are just stupid
318.
pricing.
But now Mopars are outrageous.
It's
just old cars that are sought after.
It's not even that. Mopar's the most sought after.
Average Mopar cornball.
Yeah, I'm not wrong though.
Yeah, but
Mopars-
it wasn't always that way.
No, it wasn't. But like, just imagine buying any Mopar for $800 today. You stole it, but most of the time, with it, for $800,
Honestly, really,
they're gone.
I think part of it, well, most of it is just cars and movies.
Exactly.
When you watch all the movies that have come out, most of the time it's Mopars. They just photograph better. I think they have more style. I mean, you do have Chevelle and John Wick, but it's not the same as when you see someone driving a Charger or even a Challenger.
They had a Mustang in John Wick.
First movie was John Wick. He had a Mustang, but then he had the black. After they wrecked it, he went to the guy and had the black Chevelle. Remember, he goes, "I need a car,"
That's right.
and he had the black Chevelle. I mean, he had a 71 Cuda in the very last movie. He had a 71 Cuda. He ripped the door off when he's.
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
he was in
yeah.
France. I think I didn't see it.
the
but-
last one.
but I remember seeing the Cuda. But it's part of the reason that all these cars are still holding value.
Yeah. Well, like if you look at most of the cars that are good value but they're still expensive, it's the cars that are not sought after, like that Delta 88, $16,000. It's
I don't even know what that is.
this car is it's a 77.
No, that was the 66.
66. I'm sorry, 66 Delta 88 with a 4-speed 425. Uber rare because it's probably 101. We found it in
It
Arizona
was
for
also
sale.
a four-door, and most of those cars the motors were pulled out and put them into a Cutlass.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
And that's like even your wagon. Your wagon.
If it came with a
No
450, if my car came with a 455, that'd been gone.
Yeah, if your car had a 455, the 455 would have been put into a Cutlass or something.
Yeah, now it's
Exactly.
just going to have it in 30 years.
I'm doing the opposite. I took it out of a rare car to put it into a pooper car.
Actually, that's kind of funny. It's a W30 engine going into
A
going
wagon.
to grandma's wagon.
Yeah, made it better. I did a reverse psychology.
Kind of like an A6 with a supercharged jackal tune in some old
No, but mine actually
boomer
runs.
executive's car.
My car runs.
My car would run too if I had a credit card from California.
I bought the jackal tune. Pow.
What job do you have?
I did then.
He was washing cars
Not
with
then,
his
no.
hair. He was putting his head against the door going
Yeah,
like this.
real. Like a mop.
Yeah.
I used his car to spread the wax. Or his head.
Word.
So what was your... Because you know how we did the dream car episode?
Oh.
Where we talked about our dream cars? What would yours be?
So what's your top 3 dream cars if you could think
No,
of
we
a
just
quick-
did one.
we did 3.
No, you guys did multiple. Because, well, first off, there's no way that fool could do just one.
Well, but
I know Alpine's
my
might- we-
A110.
Yeah, the Alpine's
So
number
what's your
one.
A110?
You know, you've also told me that a Hearst Hemi Dart.
That's 2.
See, here we go.
Hearst Hemi Dart, yeah, it's a
So
hard...
you're telling me if you have a Hearst Hemi Dart and an Alpine sitting side by side, you could pick one?
No, I couldn't pick one. That's the
I
problem.
hope you wouldn't pick the Alpine.
Huh?
No.
I might not even pick...
God.
That's the problem. I might not pick the Alpine because the Hearst Hemi Dart, it's...
Well, I think as much as you love the look and feel of the Alpine, even though you've never driven one,
I sat in one.
yes, but
Barely
if
fit.
you start up
'Cause
a
it
Hearst
broke
Hemi
down?
Dart, it's just like the Hemi Roadrunner.
Deadass?
It was in the garage.
That's
for
crazy.
Work, yeah.
Of course.
Well, it's kind of funny because it was in the garage and it was adjusted to the guy that owned the car, and he was so enamored by it, he didn't want to touch the seat. So the seat was kind of up, and there's a picture of him, and he's like this with this big goofy smile, and he's like jammed into this already small car, but the seat wasn't back to where it needed to be. But he was just because even the woman that was there was like, "Oh, you could adjust." He goes, "Oh, I don't want to. I'm just so happy I could sit." And he had this his literally smile was going from ear to ear.
That's funny.
That's how much I love that car. But what's your fine all-time dream car if you could think of one? It's hard to say.
I gotta say the Aston Martin. What do you call him?
Victor?
Victor.
Over a Superbird?
Yes. Yes.
That's not crazy at all.
Real
Yes.
XB Falcon?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, I needed first off. I wasn't prepped for any of this, so I have no idea what questions are asked. So I would usually look because I know there's some other cars.
That's the point of this. You not to be surprised with these questions.
Yeah, but I don't sit there and just dream about what car is my ultimate car.
Yeah, but these are cars you've been talking about forever.
Well, right now the Victor is. I just
So right
love
now
everything about it.
Okay. So it'll be either be the Victor or that.
What?
The Audi.
No, the Victor.
You would shoot over a short wheelbase S1
Unless it was actually driven
by Walter.
Yeah,
Who's Walter?
Walter Rawl.
White?
Walter Rawl.
I know, I'm joking.
Or Michelle.
Or Michelle. Yes.
All right.
Like I wouldn't want. I love that car. It's cool, but I wouldn't want
A recreate. Oh no, I want the
Recreation.
actual thing. Yeah.
It had to be an actual thing.
Yeah.
And Eddie, but see, once again, now you're going down a road of cars that are like Meekum just had 2 cars sell for like next to nothing. One was Rear Morrison Camaro,
Okay.
one of the most famous drag pro stock cars,
Yeah.
sold for next to nothing, and you got 1.7 million. Not that it's a nothing car for 69 Yankel Camaro, which was the prototype.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you're
was
also
that a
talk-
prototype car?
That was the one that's the highest one. There's a whole bunch of
Yeah, I
Yankos
saw
that
that.
sold. The highest one supposedly was the prototype, for the rest of the cars. So that was the first one built. So obviously it's, got a lot of, but that's also, the money was going crazy this time around.
It was insane. Yeah.
Do
So,
they
I
only
mean-
do Meekum like once a year?
No, they have
they're-
multiples.
Different locations.
Different locations.
But all right. So
Because I saw like the
So, I mean,
Enzo
it's hard
and-
for me to say,
You're
a Daytona. I mean,
your dream car is always going to be on a rotation.
yeah. I can't, because first off, I don't actually think anybody has an ultimate dream car.
No.
Any true car guy does not have an ultimate
No, you
dream
can't.
car.
Like
It's
an
different.
Alpine would be mine about 80% of the time, but there's something that I'm going to be like, oh, I want
Yeah,
more.
I mean, I would say a dream car to me is something that could be tangible that might come up. Luckily, in that you're in the right financial state.
Yeah.
That you could actually like I wouldn't.
like a Citroen SM for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic.
What even is that?
But
I don't think I want to know.
I would love a Ferrari GTO if I could have. What's his name? Mason's car from Pink Floyd. Nick Mason.
250 GTO.
No, if I could have Nick Mason.
Oh, Nick Mason's. Yeah.
So
there you go.
That's how I look at Not that anybody can have it, because one just sold at Mecum for $38 million,
Yeah.
which was undersold, they say, but there's a lot of stuff behind the car.
Yeah.
But
Because I think didn't have a factory engine.
it didn't have the original engine in it, and it's been painted multiple times. But also, I read an article, they were saying that that car had already been up for sale for a while. So it wasn't really a blue chip car. And when some of these guys are buying these cars, obviously these billionaires, they want the one that has the heritage.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So
I
the
think
investment.
Nick Mason's is like
Right, and Nick Mason's
up
is
there.
a very well-known car, let alone that he's Pink Floyd. But in the car community, people know he's bought that car for like $30,000. I mean, they had it on Top Gear. It's it's got so much provenance to it that it makes it more special than the average one. It may not even have won that many races, but there you go. That's the other one that would be the one that's got the heritage of how many races the car won when it was racing against the GT40s and all that stuff. So to me, it's hard to say. I mean, any actual one of those cars sitting there, how could you not say it's a dream car?
exactly.
Especially you. I mean, every car.
Well,
you
except
have,
the SL, obviously.
except for the SL. I mean,
Everything else is good. But
Yeah.
The SL's the worst. So
Yeah, the SL is just
I'd rather have the truck.
What truck? That is a dream truck.
Yeah.
That's a sick truck.
Yeah, and it's not a sick SL.
That's not a sick SL. That's a base.
Yeah, so is yours.
No. Yeah. Freaking rage baiter over here.
I don't know what that is. Next question.
Next question. Anyways,
But yes, as far as
dream car. It's
dream
always
car, it just rotates. I mean, it's whatever.
for the past-
I mean, the Aston Martin Victor is relatively new. If you asked me the same question 5 years ago, it wouldn't have been the Aston Martin Victor.
No.
It's just right now, what I like about that car is that it's new / old school. It's gated. It's got not gated. It's got a manual in it.
Yeah.
It carries a lot of the vintage look of the old ones, and
It's like
looks-
a heritage.
Yeah, and it just looks amazing. I saw one, the Aston Martin Manhattan.
The Velar.
The Velar,
Or
not the
the-
Victor, but the Velar.
Yeah.
I mean, either one.
Or sorry, the Valiant. With
the
the
Valiant,
Wing, the wing.
one with the big wing.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Valiant.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. The Victor is the one-off.
The Victor's the
prototype,
one-off.
basically.
Yes.
Which it doesn't have to be that one. I just liked Gordon Ramsay's got one.
He has both.
Yeah. Well, of course, I'm sure.
Could be.
But when I saw it, I mean, I just want something like when we saw one when we went to
Hayfields.
Hayfields.
Yeah, that was a Velar. Yeah.
How amazing was it to see it coming down the road?
It was amazing. Yeah. It just has a great road presence. to
Right,
it.
and that's you got other cars out there, but it's it all depends on the car. I mean,
Aston
I
Martin
remember
has a-
one time a guy I knew had a '70 Hemi Cuda convertible.
Yeah.
It's one I've seen literally hundreds of thousands of cars.
Steve's. Yeah.
Steve Klein, he had this car, and I still remember we were at the Berlin Turnpike. It was Mopar night, and there was already crazy Mopars. This is back in the 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early
yeah.
2000s, and someone mentioned they might be coming. Now, here's a car that even back then was still worth 500,000 plus.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I think it was.
It was
mil.
it was over $1 million back actually at that time.
Yeah.
Over $1 million, and he sold it for over $1 million.
That'd be you.
He bought it for under $1 million is what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So here I am at the stoplight right by where Burger King is, and I see there it is. And this is before it was all repainted. So it's still got all the 70s pinstriping on it, the ripple paint and all that.
So Brody, it was candy colored, like that 70s stuff I always repost. So if you go on my
It's what they
page,
call like a street freak.
it's Street Freak. It was like it had like multiple stages of color all over. It was mostly
that's
silver, but it had like candy colors in it of that went down the car.
cool.
But it was done day 2-ish because
It was done back in, like,
it was done in like
71 or so.
Yeah, it was done right after it was
sick.
new.
The guy bought the car to make a show car out of it, the original owner.
Yeah.
And the car managed to survive. So it had, and my friend Steve, he actually went back, got the correct vintage Anson Sprints aluminum slot wheels that were on the car. He put those on the car. And when he sold it, no, we're getting off track for a sec. So, but anyway, I look over and I see the car, and I just lost my mind. I'm like, he actually drove it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
To drive $1 million car on the road from
but it's not even that. It's a car that became $1 million car.
true.
A lot of cars, like the Aston Martin we was talking about, those are you could have bought a Hemi Cuda convertible for $4,000 to $6,000 depending on the options.
Brand new. Yeah.
Brand new. Now here's a car that there's I forget the number 11. No, 71. No, it was a 70. I'm sorry. There's a 9.
971 1170. No wait,
No, it's not the
either way
number.
around.
Anyway,
it's 970.
once again, I forgot. I haven't.
It's
correct yourself in
it's
the comments.
970. It's 1171.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway,
That's crazy.
so but here's a car that someone took, and it's driving down the road, and it came in, and the whole place is stopped.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even. It didn't have to just be a Mopar guy. It could have been. And granted, they were all most part guys my age or older, maybe a little bit younger too.
Boomers.
Boomers. I'm not a boomer. Gen X, best generation ever. Let's get that straight. Okay. There is no boomer games. It's called the X Games.
Bro.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm only telling you the facts. There's no Gen Y or millennial games, is there? Negative.
Wow. Okay.
We paved the way for all you guys.
Sure.
That's why you brought me into this place.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Anywho, so seeing that car there, and then the unfortunate part that always killed me is after Steve sold the car, the guy that bought it put it back to 100% original. Spent a ton of money. The car wasn't original. I mean, it was a 1-of-1, and every one of those cars is 1-of-1, just because there's only so many made.
Yeah.
The guy put it back. It was originally plum crazy purple.
Still hot color.
The car still looked amazing,
But you
but
ruined it.
a lot of the guys, even purist Mopar guys, were upset by it. Just going, the car. It made it that much more special that it wasn't like the car was painted in 1985. It was painted in like 70 or 71, right from the factory. So here's the
Or after it was bought.
after it was bought.
Yeah.
Yes, it didn't come from the factory that way. That would have been even more blasphemy. But the guy
That'd be
decided
crazy.
he wanted it to put it back to original. And I remember seeing the car at the show again.
Yeah, we saw that.
And because you saw it, he took the original trunk lid and didn't have it painted. So he bought an NOS trunk lid when he restored the car and put that on the car and had that painted. But he kept the original painted trunk lid that had all the psychedelic paint on it
that's
to
cool.
show what it looked like. So I was like, all right, at least you kept that.
Yeah.
But the car was still highly presentable. It'd be one thing if the car was faded out or was beat up. It still looked fresh. The car was always maintained and taken care of from day one.
Yeah.
So, but it's your
should've
money. I
bought
mean,
it.
you do what you want, but that's what the guy did. He redid it. So,
Jake should have bought it.
I should have.
yeah,
Would have
sure.
crashed it.
What?
Would have turned it into something that doesn't run. Sarah.
But yeah, that's always dream cars are always rotating and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
so, but I get that.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Another question. High school story, the one I've always heard. You gotta explain that.
What?
All right.
What?
I was kind of the Ferris Bueller character in high school
And I know this for a fact.
with my my principal, assistant principal, Don Delage.
Shout out to Dawn.
Yeah, I was his Ferris Bueller, so he was my Ed Rooney to my Ferris Bueller.
That's cute.
And no matter what, anything went wrong, I was always getting blamed. Granted, I did cause a lot of it, but I would accept it when I did something wrong. So the long story short was I had my 1970 Challenger. Yes, it ran. Okay.
Back then.
Back then, some of us grow up, have kids. I still have it though. So I can tell you a lot of people I know who had their high school cars are long gone.
They're toasters now.
They're toasters. I still have mine.
That basically is one.
Yeah,
It's just a paperweight.
it is, but it's still mine. Still have it. So anyway, we were in a cafeteria. It was a nice April day. The windows were open. La la la. And someone threw an apple at our clock that we donated. And Delage looked at me and goes, "Go down to the office. I saw you do it." I said, "I didn't throw anything." He goes, "Yes, you did." I said, "Absolutely did not." So I ended up taking a chair, throw the chair up into the ceiling, and it comes crashing down onto the table. And I said, "Now I threw something." I said, "I'll see you in 3 days."
What?
Yo,
That's crazy.
And he, and I'm sure if any of my friends who are around who watch this, they can all verify.
So
it was
funny.
It was in the middle of a crowded cafeteria.
Of course.
So I had
Such
my
a Raymond Sarah thing to do.
yeah. So, and at the time, they had just finished paving the whole driveway where we park our car. So it was the driveway would loop like this down. So I
Leaves
just
him
walked out to
11s.
my car,
Real.
fired it up, turned my high beams on because I used to always love rolling my high beams like an idiot. I don't know why, but that's what I did. And now I have my friends telling me, going, we knew something was going to happen, because then I came rolling out, and like I said, the reason why I said the windows is open, because the next thing I did was sit there and hold my foot to the floor and do a brake stand until it smoked the whole entire parking lot out.
That's so sick.
Left probably 100 feet of rubber all the way down to the stoplight and went home.
That's so gangster.
So I get suspended for 3 days for doing stupid crap. My father's all like, "What the hell? Why'd you do that?" And I said, "Because he blamed me for something, and I gave him something to blame me for."
That's crazy.
So I come back from suspension. I bring in the car. I get out of school, and there's like North Haven cops everywhere. So, well, actually, I'm sorry. So the cops were there the next day when I was suspended, and my buddy goes, "Dude, there was cops there looking at the burnout marks." And you got to remember, there's no cell phones back then. This is 1991 or 92, actually. I was graduating that year, so it's spring of 92. Mm-hmm. And I said, "What are they doing? Measuring for the biggest burnout?" Because, no one, you could say he was reckless driving.
Yeah.
So when I came back, the cops were all there. Meanwhile, I watched this other kid, Jay Finelli, I knew, driving his Renault GTA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Poopy.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Like an idiot, blowing by the cops, and not one of them moves. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know why they're here. So I start my car. I pull out. I get out of the parking lot. I take a left on the Maple Avenue in North Haven, and my car had a Fairbanks tranny in it. So it was automatic, but no matter what, it would still chirp the tires. And I got a cop literally right as soon as I pulled out, he pulled out behind me. I pull out, tires chirp, lights go on. Next thing I know, I got 3 squad cars pull me over for unsafe start, reckless driving, blah, 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 exhaust, also. Ended up getting all kicked out, but the cops were all over me. And then to finish the story off, my principal told my father that I wasn't allowed to drive the car to school anymore. So my father, knowing that my principal was a jerk, and give my father a hard time, and my father's like, he doesn't deserve the crap he's getting. Mm-hmm. So, and he would always stand on the front of the school pad. So when everyone come in, he would stand out to watch all the students coming in. So here comes my 70 Challenger up the road, and he walks out in front of it like he's, Clint Eastwood or something, puts his hand out, and he walks around to the driver's side of the car, and he starts going, "I thought I told you and your father you can't drive the car." Well, your uncle was driving the car. So I look over from the passenger seat. I said, "Sorry, Mr. Lodge. Yeah, I'm not. My brother's driving. He's got a valid driver's license." Well, his head exploded. He tells my brother to go to class because my brother was a straight A student. He knew my brother, and he tells me to go to the office. And he calls my father, and he tells my father, he goes, "I told your son he can't have the car." And my father was pretty good. He goes, "Yeah, my son Raymond is not driving the car, was he?" "No, my son John is, right?" He goes, "The car is registered because you have to have the car registered to be able to drive to school." He goes, "The car's still registered." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, first off, the car's in my name, so it's my car. So if my son John, who's got a valid driver's license, wants to drive, the law is
so funny.
Couldn't do it, dude. I remember the first time hearing that story, I was like, "This is crazy," and everyone's like, and then like a few times after, guys would just keep repeating it. I'm like, "Oh, shit's real," and they'll be from like 2 different friends after the first one.
That's so funny.
He has other crazy stories.
We
too.
did some crazy
Such
crap
a
back
Raymond
then.
Like BMX biking around town and stuff. That was crazy back then for him.
I mean, I remember one of the kids rode a dirt bike down the hallway.
Oh my! I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
because it had a 1/4-mile hallway at the high school, and someone rode a dirt bike right down it wasn't me.
Did he get caught?
Nope.
W.
Remember that video came out a few years ago? The guy in the
Same
thing, but they had all cameras and stuff.
We did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We used to put our bicycles on the roof of the school to ride around the roof.
That's crazy. Good thing there's a statute of limitations.
It was a long time ago. But I mean, it wasn't just. I mean, there was
A whole lot of shit.
There was a lot of crazy stuff that used to happen back then, and everyone just, no one thought anything of it, and they just said, "Oh, the kids are just having a good time."
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's talked about Dazed and Confused being, one of his favorite movies, and that's what we did. We did mailbox baseball, and we did all this crazy crap.
Yeah. He ran from the cops on his dirt bike.
Well, I got chased by the cops in my dirt bike while everybody was getting out of church over here, literally down the street from here. I came flying by, and back then, the cops weren't like they are now. When they saw you on the road, they were out for blood. So I'm wide open doing 75 miles an hour, watching all my friends and their parents coming out of church because I wasn't Catholic back then. I'm whipping by. Luckily, I had a helmet on, so it kind of gave me a little anonymity. And
you weren't bald too.
No, I was not bald. I had a mullet. I had feathered hair. It was long. Yes. Don't worry, you could go bald too with that fro.
Or I could get a mullet.
Huh?
I could get a mullet like you.
But you can also lose it all.
Yes.
I mean, what are you gonna do? It is
you
what it
can
is. But I
be
am
in
still
the middle like Jake.
I'm still look good. Right, Jake?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Right,
Anyway,
Jacob?
Yes. Oh my God. Jackass.
As Brody says, W.
Real?
Okay, people, drink.
This is a stupid game that he wants to do.
What?
He didn't tell you that?
Oh, right. Every time I say real.
So, just running the car, we went to... Oh, I'll say the story we did Saturday. We had to bring a fridge down to his work. And we were on the way home just BSing. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to make a game out of you guys. Every time Brody says W, you have to drink. And every time Enzo doesn't talk, you have to drink. So that means you drink the whole time.
Then it should also be like every time you stutter, then you take a drink.
I don't think I started that much this episode.
But I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
True.
I like saying that because I'm not
He
going to lie.
loves saying that because he's not going to lie.
But I'm going to lie.
Even though he's full of BS.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, we took a little nice ride. Walked around Manhattan.
Whipped to the 1,700 horsepower Volvo. Real.
We're up to 17 now.
Yes.
It started at around 5 that day, and now we're up to 17.
1,700 crank.
Yes, sir.
Kept going, so we had to go fun little way home.
Was that English?
No. It
What
wasn't.
was that?
Just
I
wanted
don't
to
know.
make sure.
My brain was like, huh.
As per usual.
It just threw the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, your brain is always like, huh?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It is.
Shut up.
No.
So, I had to go a little ride. Saw what was the coolest thing we saw? The Cullinan, pretty much.
Well, the
Super B in the
Yeah.
flatbed. Yeah, we saw a 70 Super B. What else did we see? That was it.
no Carrera GT this time.
Yeah, no Carrera GT. Unfortunately, we should have gone to Ferrari. There could have been some cool stuff there. But whatever. How'd that come about? The racing school.
Well, that was when you were literally 6 months old.
Wow.
You sure it wasn't 7 months?
6, 7?
Real?
Damn it! Oh my God.
Take a swig, boys.
There it is. Anyhow, my sister-in-law went to a bar, and Marlboro back then, they used to have Marlboro giveaways. You could have
That's so sick.
Right?
racing school. They also had like a cowboy school where you can go learn how to ride horses, and out in Montana. I believe it was Montana.
So cool.
And the racing school was at different tracks. So she went. It was a small club, and she won. And she didn't have a boyfriend at the time, thank God. And she's like, I don't know anybody who would enjoy it more than you. Do you want to go? And I'm like, absolutely. So, but meanwhile, Junior over here was like 6 months to not even. He wasn't even a year old. So between 6, 7 months old. 6, 7. There it is again. Anyway, so we fly out. It's at Pikes Peak International Raceway, and it was pretty cool. They had 3 different kinds of cars. They had 6-cylinder Mustangs, the old New Edge body style.
Gross.
They had, but there's a reason behind it.
True, because they're cheap.
No, he's not. He'll tell you. Shut up.
And then they had Van Diemen's, which were neon-powered open-wheel race cars, like an Indy car.
Sick.
And then the main car you got to drive was a Nextel Cup car. It was an old IROC series Dodge Avenger. So what was cool was when you flew out there, they pick you up at the airport, they bring you in a bus, they bring you right to the racetrack. You don't even go to your hotel. You went right to the racetrack.
W.
And they introduced themselves. They're all professional race drivers. No one you really know, but they were professional drivers. And they said, okay, what you're going to do, they'd ask, do you know how to drive manual? sure, if you don't, they had a whole bunch of Mustangs. Half were manual, half were automatic, and you had to drive both around a, parking lot. The autocross. Thank you. So you got you in, and like I said, my sister-in-law went with me, who had never driven standard. There's a lot of people there that really just, they won a prize at a bar. That's what it was. It was just an experience. It had nothing to do with, oh yeah, we know you can drive, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
So, you got right in, and we were there for a week. Every night was crazy, but you got in, and you had to do the whole course, no matter how bad you were. And basically, at the end of the school, because they were teaching you driving techniques, stopping, how to turn into the apex, coming out of the turn, and that was with the Mustangs. And then you did the same thing with the open wheel cars in the parking lot, but then you went to Pikes Peak International Raceway, and that's where you drove the IROC cars.
That's sick.
And they would try. That was closer to the end of the week, so by then they knew who could drive. So they would try, and what you did was you didn't just drive you drove the car by yourself, but you had to follow a lead car.
Yes.
So it wasn't a pace car; it was another IROC Cup car.
Yeah.
So it would be a professional driver, you, and then another person that was an amateur.
Yeah.
And what they would do is they would take you up as fast as they felt you were good. So as long as they, it's like when you watch all the racing, they show you how you time it, and you had to keep your pace within 3 seconds behind the car. And if you broke off of it, they would slow down. So the tighter you stayed in that position, the faster it would go. So I think we were up to probably about 180 miles an hour.
Damn.
Yeah, we were moving.
Holy.
Yeah, but like I said, my sister-in-law, she didn't get that fast because she couldn't pace. But when they were finding guys that knew how to drive, or women for that matter, they would get up to higher pace.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, it was an experience of a lifetime. I mean, they gave us helmets. They gave us racing sneakers.
Wow.
Every morning.
That's crazy.
When you'd wake up at the hotel, they had packages laid out for you. The only thing we didn't get a racing suit, but I got gloves, I got a helmet, still got the helmet, still got the sneakers. They're not any good anymore, but I still have them for memory. Gave us a watch. I got a Momo racing watch.
Like Enzo's steering wheel.
Yeah. But it was just, I mean, everything was 5-star. Everything was catered. They had big tents all set up.
That's crazy.
You go there for catering. At night, they had firework displays. It was off the chart. But that was, it was a once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Yeah.
But it was, I wish, I can't even imagine. I don't know anything else it's even like that unless you're paying millions for it.
Because I did the BMW driving school. Like, it was nice, but
it's not going to be compared to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's also Marlboro, and they're trying to up. I mean, heck, I don't smoke cigarettes, never have, and it made me want to smoke. I'm like, geez, it was.
If they're going to treat their customers like that,
God.
yeah, might as well.
Yeah, it was.
But explain
off the chart.
Explain how good you were though.
Oh well, no, I'm not trying. Now you make me feel like I'm tooting my own horn.
Got it.
Somewhere around here, there's a pylon because I was the best driver of the whole class. In fact, I was a half a second off in some of the lap times with the professional drivers.
That's crazy.
How crazy is that,
bro?
Yeah, I was right there. I mean, total focus. I mean, he's seen me drive up at the Lime Rock track. I'm not far. I can hold Vipers. I can hold my own, with a lesser car. It's
like my ex-girlfriend's father's car. He was keeping up with times. He wasn't too far off.
Unlock.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Right?
That has business.
Like a Viper, of course, is a track focused.
Yeah. But I'm not trying to say.
But have a Mustang with just suspension, a clutch. Was the clutch done? Yeah, the clutch was done. Clutch, suspension, because it was lowered in all new bushings and stuff like that. Intake and a shift kit. He was like 2 seconds off.
Yeah.
On an autocross.
Well, I was also topping out, I think, at 90 at the back stretch, where when I went for a ride with Tony, he was at 130.
Yeah.
He almost at 110. A little 130 is kind of pushing the straight away. He's hit almost 100.
Anyway,
he can get to 90.
He was at least 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, easily, because the gearing's
faster than I was. And then when you hit the brakes on that car, because the brakes are ginormous.
Yeah, your brakes are like this, and his is like this.
He's going from 110 or so down to 20 like nothing.
And then taking a turn it.
And he's taking a turn. And he's got the tires, twice the size. So I mean,
it's all driver mod.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying any of those guys are bad. Besides the guy in the McLaren, because the guy in the McLaren had all assists and stuff, and he didn't know his car.
Well, I mean, you could see. I mean, Tony's a great driver. Obviously,
Steve Katz.
Steve Katz is phenomenal. I mean, they all are. But
shout out to On Track Insurance.
Real sponsor us.
Sponsors.
We should get a.
I should get him on here. I'll get Steve on.
True.
Here. I'll talk to him. Yeah. We'll probably go to his house.
There you go.
That would be cool. Do it in his garage.
I'll talk to him. I can definitely get that to happen.
Cars in the background.
I'll get that to happen.
Yeah.
You can put the SL in the background.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
User.
Anyways,
Real.
but yeah, he was
I love. But anyways, we're talking about me again.
Yeah, but anyways, it's just him. Like, because I also drove in that car too, his Mustang,
And
and
you
stuff
were
like that.
7 seconds slower than him.
Correct. So, but like, there's a guy with a brand new 720S, brand new. I don't even think it had like 1,500 miles on it. Didn't know how to drive it. He was faster than him. It's all driver mod. That car's got so much assist and stuff like that, but he was shifting in the middle, of corners for no reason. I'm like, I wanted to tell him, just stay in this gear and go, but I was 19 at the time, so he's not going to listen to me.
Yeah.
It's the same way in my work right now. I know some things about stuff. No one listens to me. It's just because of age.
Well, it all comes with age, my friend.
Of course,
age
I get
experience.
it. But just like...
Hey, I'm 52. You still don't listen to me.
Yeah. It's all right. You don't listen to me, and I know some more than you.
I listen to you all the time.
I'm kidding. So, but yeah, it was just like going off that. It's just... He's a very good driver. I would agree with, hands down, him driving with me for over the years of him being in his Mustang, the other cars...
That was a sentence, but...
Huh?
Okay.
What?
I don't think that was a sentence.
It was a sentence.
Sure.
Suck it.
Hey.
That's going to get edited out.
I don't know what that is.
But over the years, like I just been in my car, been in my dad's car all the time, and I can't.
What's happening?
I didn't do anything.
You got me overthinking what to say.
Yeah, so just don't talk.
Shut up. My dad's been a great driver. Every car I've been in, it's just he always knows how to wheel it from a 02 or 03 Solera to his Mustang.
You should drive my car.
He should drive your
That'd
car. I
be
mean, like, look at me driving your car. I know how to outwheel in your own car.
No.
You want to bet? Well, let's do it all across this summer and see who's faster in that car.
We won't find out because my PCV will blow up and my cats will melt.
That's part of the fun.
Sure.
Anyways, so, but he's just been a great driver. Just knows
Thanks, son.
and everything. Yeah, of course.
So cute.
So cute.
Father-son relationship.
He taught me how to drive. So, I remember the one thing when I was in go-karts when I was little. I don't know why I wouldn't look ahead. I would always look down for some reason. He noticed that. He was, stop looking down. Look ahead. You don't need to see the corner right as you're in it. You want to see the corner ahead of it. And for some reason, ever since I learned that, I just drove faster and like understood.
Yeah.
So every time I'm in a go-kart, I just like think of that or any car pretty much. Just don't focus on what's in front of you. Focus what's like ahead of you.
Further in front of you.
Like a few yards in front of you, or like 30 yards in front of you. Like a
700
car.
cheeseburgers in front of you.
Okay.
The proper American way of measuring.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Jeremy Clarkson.
Jeremy Clarkson.
So, but yeah, it's just he knows how to drive, and I can say that firsthand. And I'm not the only one. I'm not just saying because my father. Like plenty of people have said that too. That been in the car. Like, wow, you know how to maneuver a car in and out of traffic. Maneuver. Jesus. Anyways, but I'm trying to think. What time we have? Guess you one more question. When you were in when you were an insurance adjuster, what was the best accident that you had to do?
We already know what that.
That's why I said that. Yeah.
It was the Porsche 911.
Oh right.
GT2.
GT2, I think it was.
What generation or year? I guess you could.
It was 996 or 7.
No, it was a 99. No, what was before the 996?
3.
993. Yeah. 964. No, 993.
Is it 993? I
believe.
Either one. This was a high.
It was
Porsche.
before. I know it was before 996.
The weird looking headlight
yes,
one.
yeah,
Okay,
before
so
the
that.
ugliest.
Because what year was that? Because that was what year was those? What years when those came out?
I don't care.
996.
Yeah.
02.
I try to forget about this.
Either 01 or 02 or.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I
just
worked
look it
there. It could have been a 996. It was so long. Anyway, it was a GT3, I believe. And
it came out in 97, not 96.
Huh?
It came out in 97.
So maybe it was a 996.
Ew.
Okay.
I don't want to hear the story anymore.
We didn't get GT3s here. That's the thing.
So it's a GT2 then. Whatever it was something crazy.
So he doesn't remember exact. It was either 993.
Unfortunately, I'm not. I
wasn't
know more
big
Porsche
into those.
now, but I was not a Porsche aficionado back then. It was a sick car. It wasn't in any of the books. I had to go down to sit with Porsche of Fairfield with the parts department for like 3 hours going through all the parts lists I had written down for the car. Basically, there was hardly anything left, but it was $150,000 what the estimate was on the car at the time. This is going back to probably 2005, 2001, in that area. That time it was a little. Let's say I worked. I'm sorry. Once again, no prep for this. It would be nice to prep. I can give you more factual information.
No,
I worked at
just correct yourself in the comments.
At the time. At the time, I worked at Travelers Insurance Company, so that was between 2000 to 2005. So, and the car was brand new, so that would be a 996 roughly, right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
So it might have been a turbo.
It was a turbo. Oh, 100% was a turbo.
So it might be a Turbo S then.
Maybe it was a Turbo S. Whatever it was ridiculous. And it wasn't like, even back then, you got to remember, it wasn't like, you didn't have a caffeine and carburetors back in the early 2000s.
No.
So you didn't see the cars that you see now. So when you saw that, even the body shop, it was at this body shop, Bull Bridge Garage, I believe it was, up in
Easton, I think.
No, above Easton. It was just below Danbury. Great body shop. The guy did all kinds of nice cars. No, it was anyway. I ended up writing like $78,000 worth of repairs. I mean, they were literally bringing stuff in from Germany because it wasn't. We had at the time we had our computers or laptops, and you had. If I went and looked at, a Ford Mustang, every part was in there for a Ford Mustang.
True.
When this car came up and you looked at it, it would have been the same thing for an Aston Martin. There was no parts list for it. It would just show like a random sort of silhouette of a car, and then you would have to click on the fender, and then you would have to write all the stuff in, type it all in by hand, the part numbers and everything to do an appraisal on it. So, and the car was being fixed. I think I originally wrote 20,000, 25,000, and by the time it was done, the car had like 75,000 and damn. But they wouldn't total it because the car was valued at 150, and 75 was just half the value, roughly.
So they're gonna fix it. No
so
what.
The guy got the car.
Well, what's like the percentage for totaling out?
Usually it's like between 80 or 90.
Okay.
But it also depends because I've seen where we totaled cars where you can't get the parts for it. So they say because of this. But this was also a special. I mean, they gave me the car because I knew I was a car guy and I was into this kind of thing. Most of the appraisers were just, I'm gonna go look at your Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
Write an appraisal. Here you go.
Yeah.
They actually had me go because one appraiser did go look at the guy's house when he originally had the car at the guy's house up in Ridgefield. And this guy was like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. So they asked me, you're into this kind of thing. Would you want to do it? I'm like, sure, I'd love to. So then the car was brought to the body shop. So I sat down with the body shop guy, and it basically needed both rear quarters. It needed basically the whole entire driver's side. Like,
that's crazy.
I'm sorry, the passenger side, because what the guy had said, his thing was he was driving down the road in the windy hills of Reading, and a deer ran out in front of him, and he swerved. Well, he went through a fence, like a barbed wire fence, hit something, spun the car around after he wiped out the passenger side, and then clipped the rear quarter.
Nice.
So he definitely wasn't doing 25 miles an hour. No. Not when your back tires, I remember, were like this on the back.
Yeah, he was probably doing maybe 70.
He was ripping around. He also had a Hennessy 1000 Viper.
Oh, that's right.
And that was also the body shop. And he had the car up at Lime Rock, and he went down the front stretch and then went into the sand trap and ripped the carbon fiber front whole chin off the car.
Fun.
And then supposedly the guy that I had to go back to the body shop after the Porsche was gone. I had to go back up there and finish paperwork with him. And he goes, you're going to get a kick out of this, but the Porsche is coming back. I go, what do you mean it's coming back? He goes, well, you're not looking at it. He's paying for it out of pocket. But he had let one of his friends drive the car up at Lime Rock, And the exact same thing he did to the Viper, his friend did, came down the front stretch, misnegotiated the right-hand turn.
Left hand.
In the, no.
Oh, right hand.
Right hand.
I have backwards. I have backwards.
Idiot.
Shut up.
Okay, right-hand turn in the Big Bend, and went into the gravel trap and ripped the front
Nice.
bumper off the car.
Could be you.
But the guy was loaded beyond belief. He had 2 gates to get into his house with the other, like I said, I didn't go to the guy's house, but the other appraiser said, way up on top, loaded, some real estate,
Chunky.
agent, broker, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But that was definitely, and then I seen some cars that you're just like, I can't believe that people survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roofs ripped off, doors
Yeah.
ripped off. I mean, there was some stuff here that's like amazing. You're like, how did this, you're oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, there's nothing left of you. I mean, the car's totaled, but he's like, there's nothing left of your car.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to see that kind of stuff.
Especially how far cars have come. Because if
Oh,
you got
yeah.
in an accident.
That's 20 years ago.
True.
Yeah.
Even now they're better.
20, 25 years. I mean, I started doing it 30 years ago, but the cars now compared to what they had, but now everything's just made to completely disintegrate.
Yeah.
Totals happen quicker. I mean, everything's meant to fold. Nothing's meant to stay together.
Look at
because
Caroline's car.
the frame, like Caroline's car.
That thing just crumbled into nothing.
Yeah, but she wasn't hurt, so that's
Yeah, but
like
that's-
the whole
That's
thing.
it's meant to be a safe to protect the cockpit. Because say if there was someone in the back seat, I think they would have a concussion and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have been hurt that bad in
No.
Caroline's car.
No.
But if you look at it, it was like a piece of paper. It just went like that.
Yes.
Well, yeah, remember, everything's also made to be lighter. So
Yes.
they make the cage
True.
stronger, but the outside sheet metal's thinner.
Exactly.
That's why if you look at, the cars from the 70s, a fender is way heavier, way
You
thicker.
look at my Vista. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
thick.
But that also being said, there's a lot less safety put into the car. So
Exactly.
you look at a newer car, for an example, we're going to go with Dodge stuff. A new Charger weighs 1,000 pounds more, or more than that, probably 1,500 pounds more than a 70 Charger.
Yes.
Probably.
No,
Because
it
you have-
does.
Because you have airbags. The seats are heavier. There's a lot more sound deadening to make the cars more comfortable.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the electronics that are in it.
We talked about this on Saturday. We were going down to drop the stuff off to you, and we're talking about my car, and he didn't believe me. My car weighed 4,400.
The Vista.
He goes, that thing weighs over 5. I'm like, go look it
No,
up.
it's not.
It's
crazy.
4,400 wet.
Wet.
The Challenger's like 39.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So but
Without an engine in it.
No, stock.
Joking.
I don't know.
there's an engine in my Challenger.
It doesn't
Smart.
run now.
Doesn't run. You're right.
Just gotta put a carburetor in, it'll run.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's all it needs.
Yeah.
But
Hasn't been done.
yeah, cars are way different and stuff
But
like that.
everything changes. Everything's made differently. I mean, the cars aren't as reliable.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking old. There was a time, the 2000s, those cars were more reliable
They're all
than
gone.
what's going on today.
Yeah.
Everything today has gone too far, I feel. It's been
Yes.
over-engineered.
Yes.
The old cars, like your wagon, if you got 50,000 miles out of an engine, you were doing well.
Yeah.
That's why your car has
The new engine in
new
it.
engine in it, and the car didn't even have 100,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't built that way.
Yeah.
Suspension wore out quicker.
Yeah.
But I feel like the 90s and 2000s, you had more electronics in it, but it wasn't as much as it is today. Like, I've seen cars where you have a tire pressure sensor go bad or a tire pressure monitor system go bad, and it messes the rest of the car because everything's got to read each other.
Of course.
So now,
'Cause
my
one computer
TPS
reads,
system's
like,
screwed
three
up, and I'm
things.
not talking the sensor, I'm talking the module itself. But the module is messed up, so now it's throwing error codes everywhere else, and it's putting the car into a limp mode.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
It's a TPS system. You could, as long as you look out your car, you should be able to see that the tires have air.
Yeah.
But it's, BMWs. I mean, your mother had an X5.
That thing was great.
It was a great car. It was starting to get to that point, but for the most part, had the inline six in it, super reliable, actually easy to work on compared to getting into a new BMW now. The difference mindset is the younger guys that are coming into it, they don't know any better. So when you see all these videos on Instagram and YouTube where guys are dropping engines out and they're going, that's what you got to do. Guys, when I was wrenching, when you saw that, you're like, are you out of your mind? I still remember doing a timing belt on an A4 and I had to pull the front bumper off. I'm like, why am I pulling the front bumper off to do this?
Because it made life a million times easier.
No, but on a normal Honda
or
Toyota or your Volvo, you didn't have to do all that.
Yeah.
But now because they're packing everything into smaller areas and all this, now you got to do it.
Yeah.
But even that being said, after I did that, your mind starts going, well, I know I got to pull the bumper off.
Yeah.
It's just time. I mean, you look at stuff, and I mean, I got plenty of friends that are my age and older who do crazy work, and it's just I don't work on cars like that anymore every day. I got a few friends in their garage. They're pulling cabs off chassis, doing engines and trucks.
That's crazy.
And, it's like, yeah, that's what I got to do.
Yeah.
Or you don't work. You look at the dealership and people wonder why you go to a dealership and you're like, it's $5,000 to do a job that at one time was $2,000. Well, you got so much more labor involved. True. Obviously, labor it's hard too. But you got so much labor involved to do a job that wasn't that hard in the past.
Yeah.
So, and that's why the other thing, you look at is now mechanical total loss. That was not a thing when I was an appraiser.
Yeah.
I never heard any talk about mechanical. If you had a mechanical problem, it had to be super extreme.
Yes.
Usually like a flood car, but you didn't have a mechanical total loss. That was not.
Yeah.
Total loss came because the car had airbags were blown. Substantial damage to the car is how the car became total.
Yeah.
So, you see a mechanical total loss, like something like your Audi with all the technology in those cars. It's something that can be, because now they're not worth as much either. I mean, think about how nice your car is, what it was worth brand new, and what it's worth now.
Like 20.
Right, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not even that old.
And
No, it's an 18.
Yeah.
Right. And if you need an engine or transmission in it, you're looking at what? Probably $12,000, $13,000.
No, because you can get them used.
Well, used, yeah.
So,
but I mean, you bring it to a dealership, they're not putting used engines.
oh
in.
no, well, yeah.
I'm saying you got to bring it somewhere. But I'm talking. This is where when the average person
Yes.
that has your
Correct.
car, that's not jackal tuned and all this other stuff.
Right.
The average, for the most part, Joe Boomer is the guy that owns your car. Am I right or wrong?
No, yeah.
He brings the car to Audi. He's not going to bring it to Jake's garage, and Audi's going to say, "Oh, you need a new engine. It's going to be $14,000." He's going to scrap the car. He'll maybe call the insurance and say, "Hey, this if he can get it covered," but he's scrapping the car.
Yeah.
Now there's a car that's a beautiful car, but because something failed in the engine, a timing chain, a guide or something, now you need a whole engine. Now I've seen you watch a lot of these YouTubers. They're buying cars that need a complete engine where the average person's not going to be able to do it, and and it's becoming more and more widely seen. I watch plenty of guys with with the Audis with the timing chain in the rear. They think nothing of it. It's drop it out. I'm pull the tranny, and I'm just like, that's something when I was younger, you'd be like, are you nuts? Who's putting a timing chain in the back of the engine other than Saab? They'd have everything was in the back. But that's the kind of thing that...
Yes. Well, it all just comes with trade-offs, too. Like, it's like, with my car, I can just load software and I get an extra 100 horsepower.
Right.
Like,
and that's another huge difference. Everything else had to be tuned as far as adjusting the carburetor or even just a simple download a program. You don't have to even, the older stuff that was fuel injected, you would have to do it. Your car now, you can just go right online and do stuff. I mean, you see it all the time. You can get extra horsepower. And a lot of times, too, they're so much more efficient, the cars of today, that they're holding back. Your car, your bottom end's all stock.
Yeah.
The heads are all stock.
Yes.
But your car's making how much horsepower?
Like probably 500 crank-ish.
And what stock?
Like 330.
Right. Yeah. So basically bolt-ons in a tune.
Yes.
It's still kind of reliable.
And it's still very reliable.
Yeah.
It's just the problem is if something fails, now you're done.
You're paying.
Now you're paying.
Yeah.
And it just seems like the longevity of some of these engines aren't the same because there's so much stuff inside that's so tight. The clearances are so tight.
I think the issue is especially German cars like my car. The reason it's been reliable is because like oil change, like you just have to keep up with maintenance, and people don't do that on modern cars because they're just like,
they said 10,000 miles.
Whatever.
Like but that's also you're not the average guy.
Yes,
most people,
of course.
You go to like BMW, they tell you 10 or 15,000 mile oil change.
Dumb as hell.
Which any mechanic will tell you, And I'm talking to BMW mechanics like that's just the craziest thing. But this is what BMW is recommending. And now you got these high-strung turbos in them, and you're heating the engine oil even more so. And yes, it's the oil is synthetic and all this, and but I'm sorry, most of the failures you see are these cars at 100,000.
Yeah.
Turbos going bad. I've seen it a few times. Turbos have gone bad.
Yep.
Overheated, and I'm not even talking from someone beating on it. I'm just talking someone doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So,
like my friend's S4, he has like a newer version of my car, essentially, but it's an S4. It's OW20 for the oil.
Yeah.
And it's a turbocharged car, and it's like every 10K. It's like, no.
right.
You should just do 540 every like 3 to 5K miles if
Right.
you're tuned.
Well, you also got to be careful with that kind of thing because some of these cars with the cylinder deactivation, like the Dodges and the Chevys, if you use the wrong oil, that can mess it up because the oil controls the cylinder deactivation.
Correct.
But like what you're talking about with those cars there, you don't have that kind of a system.
Yeah.
I don't care what car you have. I don't care if it's a 70 Roadrunner or, a Jackal Tune A6.
Real.
I wouldn't change my oil anything less than every 5,000.
Yeah.
And even my cars I drive that I don't go out in the wintertime. I change the oil at the beginning of the season, and then I let it sit, and then I change it again. So even if I may only go 2,000 or 3,000 miles a year. There's no reason to change the oil again, but I'm going to change the oil come springtime and just make sure I have a fresh start because the car's sat.
Because oil's cheap and engines aren't.
There you go.
I mean, that's the age-old saying, realistically.
Well, this summer we should probably end it off on.
Yeah. Unless you have any other closing thoughts.
Thank you for having me on.
The first guest.
Yeah.
First
Special
guest.
guest.
Many, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually.
Hope to come back again. Maybe be a little more prepared for other questions or topics.
Yeah.
We didn't even touch the whole Meekum thing that much.
Yeah, that's all right.
Whatever.
Doesn't have to. We don't have to talk about that at all. Just mostly we want to talk about your past and all the stuff you've done.
I hope you
The
liked my stories.
The infamous race era.
Yes.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
Now he's gonna go hide in a hole for the rest of the week.
Exactly. Yeah. Go to work.
Back to work. Someone's got to work for a living, guys. Just like you did yesterday.
16 hours.
16
in a
hours.
truck. That was fun.
Watching reels and TikTok.
Yeah. What else am I gonna do? Waiting for the snow to stop.
True.
I gotta go snow blow 6 stations from Katona, New York to Southeast.
Fun.
Oh, well, thank you for joining. It was a pretty fun episode, hearing all the stories from my father. And we'll see you at the next episode.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all.
Thanks again for 100 subscribers.
Thank you again.
and
Do appreciate that.
Follow all of our socials, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.